Okay. I've already streamed once today. I don't think waiting the full 5 minutes is really all that important. I could have flashed my half as much time thing. Hey, look, there it is. Should actually move that down a bit, shouldn't I? Regardless. Hello. I'm back. Work kicked the shit out of me. I've technically been home for about 2.5 hours, but I simply couldn't bring myself to do anything. But through my sheer force of will, I will get through the remaining 5 quests. So that tomorrow I can wrap up Shadowbringers. I'm very, very determined. I'm going to go to such amazing lengths to make this work. And hopefully it will. So, last time we started 5.4, through the course of which is it really, like, it's amazing how this working makes previous events feel like 8 years ago happened. Yeah. That was earlier today. So, the Scions, having largely recovered from their being in a soulless state, sort of, kind of, are now interested in moving again. Doing things, helping the world, etc. And part of this is looking into the war of succession going on in Garlemald right now. Alize is working on finding a cure for tempering, and the other guys are doing some other thing I've actually forgotten, largely. I think most of them are with us. Oh yeah, they're dealing with primal shit. That's what it was. So ultimately we ended up teaming up, at least for a little bit, because, you know, primals tempering hand in hand. We went to Azizla with our good friend Grahatia, and there found a treatise on the nature of tempering from the Allegans, which told us more or less what we already knew. And then following this, Grahatia, along with the Garland Ironworks, was able to formulate a cure for tempering, which made use of similar principles that Alize used to help treat those infected by the Sin Eaters on the first. The cure works. Wahoo! Downside: we don't have very many Porxies. How do we get more Porxies? Well, we go to someone well versed in the making of familiars. So we give good old Master Matoya a call, leading to the dungeon, Matoya's Relict, wherein we create a mother Porxie, which will just spawn more and more Porxies as long as we feed it the requisite aether. And upon the completion of that dungeon and that piece of the story is right when I ended. Is that quest was the middle point of the patch. So without any further ado or explanation, let's get right back into it. As I followed your deeds through history, I came across the names of a great many distinguished individuals, such as Commander Hext and Master Matoya, and it has been a delight to meet them in the flesh. I heartily look forward to making the acquaintance of the rest, not least the Azure Dragoon. Let's see. Brilliant minds, rapier wits, humor drier than Thanalan. Appearances aside, I'd say the two Matoyas are mere images of each other. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Lominsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure an audience. Huzzah. You gotta get out of Limsa proper before the fucking ERP starts popping up in my chat. Even as we speak, we are weaving a new future. When it all becomes history, I hope that those who follow may look back with gladness. If you offer them the means to cure their temper, the beast tribes are far more likely to listen. Though the Admiral is not expecting us, I'm certain she will want to hear our report. Come, let us request an audience. I would like to request the Warrior of Light would like to request an audience. Tidings for the Admiral, you say. She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. My friends, what brings you here this day? We have a cure for tempering. Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it here in Limsa, and the production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempering may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. "'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores, some 7 centuries past, we Wheelowinsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh-constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you've achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would flounder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Heelfear, has been bedridden for some time with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sickard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learned then. Good luck. Oh, there we go. I know naught of this city, save what I've read or heard in passing, so in this matter I will follow your lead. What? What? The Admiral's right. The cause of the conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way, but it ultimately falls to the Lemnians to make peace with their neighbors. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know the Sickard. If you could approach the pirates' intel, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. We are both in the other map. Captain Roshwin led the Sanguine Sirens to the top of the food chain, in Limsa. He wanted to join the meanest crew on the sea. Then you just bloody your cutlass and thicken your hide. Fucking hell. Eh? Ye wanted to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger, is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Monskat's place at Old Hilfer's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up Bildret Sickard, lauding the juiciest whatever it may be. Now, fucking hell. Not that we sirens are struggling in mind. We do well enough garden, fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This was passed to our sister. This we passed to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting fucking hell. On account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with the little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. Dear God. I hope whoever I speak to next isn't this bad. The fucking pirate speak, man. He does not play well with the stutter. Or just my reading comprehension in general. This way. This way. What the fuck's going on out there? Oh, this guy, Kervelian. Curious about Sickard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Thalacracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the Executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine what they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Right, that one was not as bad. Because it wasn't pirate speak. Walking through the city, one would never suspect that this was until recently a bastion of piracy. The Admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Gabu and Graha there one day. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sickard turned the Executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew has been indulging themselves as never before. But no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter for the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the Executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the Executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries at Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the Executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystals went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Tori Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the Thylacracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds in Sahagan lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say that the Executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. We have no hard evidences yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Oh boy. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ashran's Embrace in lower Lanosia shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Oh, I just put that together. That's kind of good. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Alright. Wait, if he is truly in league with the Bloody Executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions, not least of all. Compared to yours and Arentel's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel, but very well. I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy. You're the crystal wholesaler. That I am, but you're no merchant. So, what do you want the crystals for? No, I alt-tabbed, son of a bitch. Why must the Windows key exist? Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staves like that fine specimen you've got there. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you, show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff. So I'll make an exception. Come with me. Oh, we're so in. We're so in. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Given how long he spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you'd think Graha would be a better actor. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff, we must remember to thank Tataru. They went into that tunnel quietly now. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them if that's your worry. They're from Ogamoro if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much did you want? Okamoro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. Oh no, it's a gun. In fairness, I only have one TB on I can cast, so... It's only one gun, though. So. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours, him especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about Dirty and their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ugamoro and battered Bleeding Titan himself, raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on, except the Beastmen. So let us have that. It's only fair. Continuous, though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa has some other cause to hide in the cave. Well said indeed. All right, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the at Cilia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Yarharhar. I don't know about you, but it was all I could do to stop myself punching Sickard in the smirking face whenever he opened his mouth. Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I am yet ill-qualified to meddle in Lumen's affairs. 'Twas not my place to argue with Sickard, much as I would have liked to. Nay, it is for the Admiral to deal with him and the bloody executioners both. By bringing them to the negotiating table, we have played our part. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that my pirate powers, or that the pirate powers of Limsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sickert has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Limensa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Oh boy, a nightclub ad. I'm so fucking happy I see that. Just what this game needs. Arentel, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes. There we go. Just a moment, I'm going to tie my hair. Item back. The Atcelia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching right into the Coral's Den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Sickert does not want for confidence that much is plain, but I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. While we have no assurances, Sickert will be amenable to reason. There can be no compromise without discussion. There you are. We've eagerly awaited your return. Welcome back, my friends. What news? Sickert's on some shit? So, they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sickert's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the scions present to bear witness.
Who's come crawling?
Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sickard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
Get fucked. Get fucked. Fucking love this cutscene, man.
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew with a good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Well, I don't condone what Sigurd has been doing, but I know how difficult it can be to change course. It took me long enough to join the Scions, didn't it? When the discussion gave way to a duel, I feared what might unfold, yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sigurd soon discovered. There are times when one must stand on one's ground, even if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral did just that, and I have nothing but respect for her, as she continues to steer her nation through this period of transition. I pray the Navigator will see fit to fill her sails. Like Mistbeard before him, Hilfir chose to trust the future of our nation to the Admiral. That was the moment, I believe, that the good ship Limsa Limensa finally embarked upon her new course. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. It would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Whoa, 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 stop! Fuck. I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway. Now I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagins swarmed at our halls, and in even greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea. To kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lanasia, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every ilm of Vilbrund bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so, we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait, they would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture flounders. Yet it need not. If we were to employ the Conqueror's chain, though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life. Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of aether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alize would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I'm not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. If not, it's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do, and had I not followed her example, we would not have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilma. So I'm going to cure that priest, or die trying. I believe in you, Alize. I will give you several TBNs. And I believe in you too, you and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled. Then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there and on. Camp Overlook. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu. But then, his was a relatively mild case, milder indeed than the majority of those who we wish to save. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alisaie will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Alfino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for Aether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express. Say. Please, let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to Ugamoro Mines at once. Let's go. So I'm just trying to find a bit of data. It's not going super well. I'm not gonna lie. It is in fact going quite I'm trying to get a feel for how long it's gonna take me to get through. Holy shit, I fucking found myself. What a fucking weird experience that is. No, I need a general runtime for 5.0. Or, 5.55. Damn, well, I tried. Back to winging it. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this for Gabu and Tesleen and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. Alisaie can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, I will remind her how she responded when I thought to do the same. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend. Patriarch Zada, if the name sounds familiar, it is because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, and we will take peace in our grasp. The Conqueror's chain stands ready, but awaken your foes, and I will see them subdued. The Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make the Summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alizé's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Einzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa Leminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alizé! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Let's go. I'm beginning the incantation. The girl seeks to harm the Patriarch with vile magics. Kill her, slaughter her.
We must protect Alizé!
No, draw the villain. I can't read all these. They're way too fucking over the edge. What sorcery is this? Elizabeth, are you alright? This tempering is severe. I can't finish the job. So one person's aether alone is not enough.
Oh, just what we need. You're not alone.
That's important. Oh. Elfino, let us lend Alizé our ether.
Here you are, Alizé.
Just a little more!
There is, in fact, tremendous. What do you mean that didn't break TBN? Oh, just 25% left. Alright, fuck it, why not? Come on, the TBN, do it.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Did it work? What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Laminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us!
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
The Admiral seems hell-bent on worrying me to death, but I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend. Well fought. I'm so glad we could sway the Patriarch, could convince, persuade, sway. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you. The treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. This moment belongs to all of us, Arntel. We couldn't have done it without each other. It has taken a long time, but the dream of a lasting peace with the kobolds may soon become a reality, and it is all thanks to Elise. In two separate worlds, the seeds were sown, and through the determination of two indomitable women, they have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see it. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course. It will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I will say thank you and for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa Lominza, but all Eorzea. Savor the moment, lad. Your next task can wait. Judging by the complaints my back is making, I may have overreached myself. The ravages of old age. I dare say we could all do with a rest, Elise not least of all, given the amount of aether she's been expending of late. If I could befriend you all, then surely other kobolds can befriend men too, and I'll do everything I can to help them, facilitate, assist, help. Gabu is wise beyond his years. It's all very well leaders signing peace treaties, but it falls to individuals to bridge the gap.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that? A tower?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Don't worry, sir. I'll keep watch over the tower. Your place is in Alamigo. Alamigo. Oh, yes. No, not this fucking song again. I will never be. No, I didn't talk to people. Fucking.
Thank you for coming so soon.
I'm mad.
I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
There needs to be a cancel cutscene option, or confirmation when you're about to enter a cutscene.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
You're here. Good.
That didn't sound like Ravan.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandango, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
The towers, what are they for?
My, Straight to business, is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Ascians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you.
Paroxysm, a sudden attack or violent expression of a particular
So don't bother trying to
emotion
reason
or activity.
You will find I have no
Paroxysm.
reason, or creed,
Fun.
or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage. But I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Our scouts report that the Ascian and his dragon have left Garbanio. It seems that this was purely a social visit. Though our objectives were different, I could understand why Litibus and his fellows acted as they did, but why Fandaniel? It will take me some time to make sense of it all, if indeed there is any sense to be found. What part could these towers feasibly play in the Telophoroi's plans, do you think? I, for one, am at a loss. For now, we should bear word of these developments to the others. I only hope Thancred and Oriange are safe. Are you alright, Arntel? The rest of us are fine, if a little singed. That dragon let us off lightly, honestly, though only a madman would choose the name Lunar Bahamut, which just about sums up Fandaniel, I suppose. Thank goodness everyone is safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merwell tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well, but if you need our help, don't hesitate, and take care, both of you. If Nassian is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call you and yours again. Rest now, while you still can. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I'd better get ready and set out for that tower. It would seem you've had quite an eventful time in my absence, but I am fully rested now and ready for more. Welcome back, Arntel. Make yourself comfortable and let me know if I can get you anything. How good it feels to come home to the Rising Stones. It's here my heart feels most at peace and my mind the clearest. Yashula returned just before us, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, through this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore out in the first. I confess I've only been looking forward to a moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Ah, you're back. Good. We've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Yustrola? I have been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to depose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the Porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. None is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yansha. It would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little now save remain vigilant, and since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian, now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it, but the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. Let me and Kryl worry about that. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we will have ways of locating him, regardless, so if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them on the use of the Porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him, not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. And with that, we have completed patch 5.4. But not quite. I always fucking forget there's a cutscene at the end of these.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be.
To Garlemald!
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Alright, there we go. Now, patch 5.5.4 is done. I will wrap stream up by speaking with all of the NPCs that are not Alize. And then I'll be going to bed. Oh man. In the face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Estinian's presence. Yet I cannot help but wonder how Kryl and Tataru intend to locate him. They certainly seem confident, however. Oh, they have not changed. Well, we got Elfino, and that's good to have to be good enough. So, I want to thank anyone for stopping by who did. I really appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. And next time, we will be finishing off Shadowbringers. I hope. We'll see how it works out. But thank you again, and until I stream again, have a good one all.